the exercises. In working out exercises in 4 parts, you will need to apply the rules respecting voice range and voice crossing, doubling, common and nearest chord tones, and the various types of motion, contrary, oblique, and parallel, to avoid incidences of parallel fifths and octaves in your writing. Be sure to write only in close position, not open position, until further notice. Remember, close position means there are no missing chord tones between soprano and alto, nor between alto and tenor. A wider separation between voices is only permitted between bass and tenor. Recall the workflow and sample showing you how to do the exercises. The Roman numerals indicate the actual harmony, whether tonic, subdominant, or dominant, and the Arabic figures, if any, over the first bass note indicate the interval or distance of the starting note of the soprano in relation to the first bass note. Notice that a figure 3 puts the third in the soprano, as is shown here. A 5 would designate the fifth, again in the soprano, and a number 8 would mean that the soprano starts 1 or 2 octaves above the bass, in which case there may be no Arabic figure at all. Here's the workflow to get you started. First, set up a grand staff with treble and bass staves in your staff paper notebook, and transcribe the bass part to the bottom staff. Use pencil. Be sure to add the Roman numerals below the bass, and label the key at the start of the section, exactly as is shown here. Next, you write in the soprano note of the first triad, whether the octave, double octave, third, or fifth above the bass note, and fill in the rest of the tones of the first chord with the alto and tenor. Remember to use proper doubling and only close position for now. Continue working out the individual voice lines through the rest of the chords, always applying the rules until you're done. Shown here is the completed exercise, though there may be more than one correct solution. Next, create 2 new exercises out of the sample you just completed by transposing the bass line only to the keys of G major and F major. Use a grand staff again, add the proper key signatures and Roman numerals to both. Next, pause the clip and work out the upper voice parts again. Note, do not simply transpose the other voices note for note from C major to the new keys, or you will have problems with voice range. Work out the upper voices again for practice. After you succeed in the transposed keys of F and G major, you may go on to the exercises. Now, are you ready to proceed? Begin. These 4 bass lines are found on page 21 of Solomon Yadison's main harmony textbook, also linked in the description. You will have to determine the key, then figure out the Roman numerals to put below each bass note. Your past experience and practice with major scales and key signatures will be useful. Here is the workflow. If you set yourself up for transcribing everything to a grand staff, with the bass lines on the bottom staff, then you will be ready to add the 3 upper voices to the treble staff. Step 1. Label the keys of each exercise below each key signature on your copy. Step 2. Add the missing Roman numerals below each and every bass note. Remember, the first degree or do of the major scale is Roman 1. The 4th degree or fa is 4, and the 5th degree or sol is 5. Step 3. Finally, finish working out the upper voices to all the exercises, starting with the soprano part on the treble or upper staff of the grand staff. Step 4. Once finished, begin a second set of exercises by transposing these 3 bass lines to the keys indicated in red. Then, work out new upper parts as you did before. Do not simply transpose the upper parts, however, or you may encounter problems with voice range. You have to work them out all over again. This longer exercise will be a difficult challenge for some. You have to figure out the proper key, which has 5 sharps, the Roman numerals, and work out the upper voice parts. Have fun! And that's that. Post a comment to let us know how you did, or if you have any questions or suggestions for future topics. Thank you for watching. Here is food for thought.